"Sorry, I can't afford dinner tonight," said the lonely man to the waitress who didn't know he was a millionaire. The diner smelled of fresh coffee and fried eggs, the kind of place where regulars came for comfort, not fine dining. Behind the counter, Lily Parker tied her apron tighter and balanced another tray of plates. It was another double shift, another night of sore feet. But tips were the only thing keeping the lights on at home. Table 7, a man in a tailored suit sat alone, staring at the menu as though it were written in another language. He didn't fit the diner at all. Expensive watch, polished shoes, but his expression was heavy, tired, almost lost. When Lily came by, he looked up, startled. "Sorry, I don't have my wallet." His voice carried embarrassment. "I'll have to leave." She frowned. "So, you're just not going to eat?" He shook his head. "I shouldn't waste your time." Something in his eyes stopped her. They weren't arrogant or dismissive. They were empty, like someone who had carried too much for too long. Without another word, Lily pulled a few crumpled bills from her pocket and set them on the counter. "Sit down," she said firmly. "Coffee's on me. Everyone deserves at least one warm meal." The man blinked, clearly unused to being helped. Slowly, he sat back down. "Thank you, I'm Andrew." "Lily," she replied, scribbling his order. When she brought the food, Andrew ate quietly at first, but soon he found himself watching her move around the diner. She greeted every customer with the same tired but genuine smile. She carried plates like they weighed nothing, though he could see the exhaustion in her shoulders. "You shouldn't have paid for me," he said when she refilled his coffee. "Why not? I've had worse days than you can imagine. Sometimes a little kindness makes it easier to keep going." Andrew studied her. No one ever spoke to him that way, direct, unpretentious, with no expectation of return. Days later, Andrew returned. This time he paid in cash, leaving a generous tip. But he kept coming back, always to Lily's section, always with the same quiet interest in her life. She finally asked, half joking, "You some kind of mystery man? You wear suits to a diner." He smiled faintly. "You could say that." What Lily didn't know was that Andrew was one of the city's wealthiest men, owner of a massive tech company. That night she covered his meal. He had been at rock bottom, overwhelmed by betrayal from business partners and the crushing loneliness of success. He had wandered into the diner almost ready to give up, and she had unknowingly saved him with one act of kindness. One rainy evening, Lily slipped while carrying dishes. The tray clattered, plates shattering across the floor. A group of customers laughed cruelly, but Andrew was on his feet instantly, helping her gather the broken pieces. "You okay?" he asked softly. She nodded, embarrassed. "I'm used to it." "You shouldn't have to be." His tone was sharper than he intended. "People don't know what you carry." Her eyes searched his face. "And you do?" For a moment he almost told her the truth, but fear held him back. Would she still look at him the same if she knew who he really was? The answer came unexpectedly. One morning Lily saw Andrew on the front page of the newspaper while dropping groceries at the corner store. Andrew Carter, tech mogul, expands empire. Her hands shook as she held the paper. The man she had fed out of pity wasn't broke. He was a millionaire. That night, when he showed up at the diner, she slammed the paper on the counter. "Care to explain this?" Andrew's face tightened. "I didn't lie. I just wanted someone to see me, not my money. So you let me believe you couldn't afford dinner? I gave you my last $10. "I know," he said quietly. "And that's why I came back, because no one's ever done that for me. You didn't care who I was. You cared that I was hungry." Lily's anger softened, though hurt still lingered. "You should have told me." "I was afraid," he admitted. "Everyone wants something from me, but you wanted nothing, and that's everything." Word spread fast once people realized who Lily had been serving. Other waitresses whispered, customers stared, and rumors twisted the truth. Some called her a gold digger. Others mocked Andrew for lowering himself to a diner waitress. One night, Lily broke down in the back room. "I can't do this, Andrew. I don't belong in your world. They'll never accept me." Andrew cupped her face, eyes fierce. I don't care what they accept. I care about us. Don't let them decide our story. A week later, at a charity gala filled with glittering gowns and flashing cameras, Andrew took the stage. He scanned the room, then fixed his eyes on Lily, who stood nervously at the edge in her borrowed dress. "This city knows me as a millionaire," he said into the microphone. "But wealth means nothing without love. And the only reason I'm standing here is because a waitress in a small diner cared enough to feed a stranger." Gasps filled the room as he walked down, knelt before her and held out a small velvet box. "Lily Parker, will you marry me?" Tears spilled down her cheeks as she whispered, "Yes." The room erupted, applause drowning out the whispers of doubt. Months later, the diner where they met hung a photo of them on the wall. Lily in her apron, Andrew in his suit, smiling together. She still came by sometimes, not to work, but to remind herself of where it all began. Their home echoed with laughter now, not silence. Andrew had love, Lily had security, and both had the reminder that sometimes the smallest act of kindness, a meal, a cup of coffee, could change two lives forever.